welcome. Joining me today is Matt Dunn of ePlan Advisors. And Matt, today we're talking about managing health risks. What are some of the key considerations when managing health risks in retirement?
That's a very, very important topic. So number one is Medicare. Most people are going to be on Medicare, either a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage. We have a full team at ePlan Advisors that help thousands of people make Medicare choices. You can also watch television and have all these call-in centers. I have people ask me, Matt, what should I get inundated with all this stuff at age 65? Here's what I say, throw it away. Why? Because you want a trusted advisor to help you with that Medicare decision, okay? There's different rules in different states. We do business all over the country, and I want to make the right decision. I don't want to get into the weeds with that. We have a full team. That's all they do at ePlan. So that's number one. Number two, the big one is long-term care. And this is the 800-pound gorilla in the room. We've been doing this a long time, and you know, we do a lot of asset preservation. The costs for long-term care are astronomical, and they continue to rise. Most people don't have long-term care insurance. We do a lot of asset preservation workshops where we're educating people on this stuff, and they come in when they're 65, 66, 67, and the cost of it, you know, I don't want to say that ship has sailed, but it really has for a lot of people because it's expensive if you can get it. So what else can I do? What we say is this. Number one, there's legal things that you can do. Estate planning. Now, that sounds, in the old days, they'd say, hey, estate planning is only for the Rockefellers, but not really. There's some key documents that we have with our estate planning attorneys that can give people a better chance to react to a negative event more positively by having a holistic plan. I mean, number one, I want income that's rising for the rest of my life, a solid income. Number two, what's my strategy in the event that someone has to go into a nursing home or needs someone to come into the house? The costs are astronomical. So I want to be able to, depending upon the state that I live in, be able to have flexibility to preserve assets. And here's the good news is this. Not everyone's going to end up in a nursing home for a long period of time. But as we age in this country, they tell us that 72% of the people will need some form of care. That doesn't necessarily mean nursing home. So I want to have my financial, my legal, and my tax strategy working together. And if you do, if that type of thing happens, I've got a better chance of reacting positively and preserving assets. So there are some different vehicles out there that can give you more money, that can offset these costs, that don't require huge outlays of premium or underwriting and things like that. So there are some things that you can do to put together a strategy to protect yourself, maybe not 100% from the cost of long-term care, but hey, if I can protect it 30, 40, 50% without breaking the bank, I want to at least look at those strategies. And that's what we try to do with most people, because a lot of people who come in, they have concerns about that. They hear stories or they went through it with a family member where someone got sick, and it can really cause issues. So that is one of the focuses that we try to educate people on.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that story where just a family member, they weren't prepared, and it's so terrible when you hear those things. So when should someone really start prepping and thinking about this?
Well, for that, I'd say when you're 30 years old. Now that may sound crazy, but in today's world, there are insurance products out there, and I'm no pleader for the insurance companies, but at the right age, where if I'm 20 years old, 30 years old, I can position myself for when I'm 70. If I wait till I'm 65, forget it. It's going to be too expensive. That being said, most of our people are getting ready for retirement. So again, as part of a holistic plan, you know, we are addressing this. It's not just the money. The money is very important because it allows us to do other things, but it's these other things, these other holes, that's where we see a lot of people have holes. The good news is sometimes you can fill in some of that hole. Sometimes you can't fill in all of it, but I want to fill in some of it if I can. And so you come in, you do some planning, you take a look at all the different options, and a lot of times again, I've seen it many, many times where, hey, we're not selling long-term care insurance. I mean, I'll sell it if someone wants to buy it, but in our practice, people don't buy it because they can't afford it. But that doesn't mean I can do nothing. I can have the right pieces of paper in place. I can have a strategy in place where, okay, if something like that happens, I'm going to be able to react positively. And I've seen it happen. I've had clients where that's happened too, unfortunately, but they've been able to save assets.
Oh, such good information.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. To get in contact with Matt and his team and get prepared today, the information's on your screen. Thanks for watching.